1, 2, 3, go. Hello everybody. It's been a while since I've put one of those YouTube videos up. I'm about to hike the Appalachian Trail, if you don't already know that. I'm actually going to be hiking tomorrow. I'm one day out, and today I just wanted to film like a before video, and then hopefully after, if I can stomach the thought of technology, I'll film an after video too. But the first part of this video is going to be more focusing on the gear, and then the second part is going to be more on just thoughts and a lot of questions I've been getting from people who are curious as to why I'm doing this and how I'm going to do it. So a little bit of prior stuff that I feel like you guys should know is that I'm not going alone. I'm going with 2 other people, and I'm really excited. So let's get into gear real quick. So let's look at this. This is a backpack I'm going to be taking. It's I think it's like 45 liters. So in the grand scheme of things of backpacking, that's not a whole lot. And it's got basically one big pocket. You just put everything in here. I have a trash bag right here inside of it to keep everything nice and dry. I think you can see there's some fuel, and in the bottom there's like clothes and sleeping bag. I'm not going to show you guys that because you know what clothes are and you know what sleeping bags are. As for my attire right now, this is what I'm probably going to be wearing most often. It is a long sleeve outdoor shirt, lots of ventilation. In the pansular regions, I have running shorts. I don't know if you can see that. Probably. Those are running shorts right there. And as for the feet, these are merino wool hiking socks. They just help keep moisture out really well, and they're very durable. I've got 3 pairs that I'm going to be taking. As for boots, most people want to know like what kind of boots are you wearing, or even shoes. And a lot of hikers nowadays are going to these things called trail runners, which are exactly what they sound like. They're for people who like running on trails. They're quite rugged, very rugged. And the nice thing about them is that they drain water very quickly, which means that they also get wet very quickly. It's kind of like, I don't know, I thought it'd be better to have shoes that dry really quick than boots that fill up with water and never dry. These are also super comfortable. The toe box, this part right here, is like so wide and your toes spread out like crazy. Really, really nice and comfy. As for technology, this bad boy right here is going to be my cellular device. I'm basically bringing it mainly for the battery life, and it'll be great. I'll need it when I need it, and I'll turn it on and it should have battery. As for the shelter, this is what shelter I'll be bringing. It is a camping tarp. This technically is a 2-person, but it's super lightweight design. This fabric is used for like racing sailboats, so really light, really durable, and you can hang it up kind of wherever. All you need are 2 poles. So this is a hiking pole. This guy I'm going to be taking with me. I'm going to be having 2 hiking poles. I probably won't use both hiking poles all the time, but you can use both hiking poles to set them up, or you can just tie it to a tree like that and use, or 2 trees, or 2 poles. I mean, there's endless opportunities when it comes to setting up this tarp. It's quite amazing. But yeah, it's quite roomy. As you can see, I can sit on the ground, I guess, and my head doesn't touch the top. You can even set it up so that the top of this is even higher, or like it doesn't matter. You just move the walls in like this, make it a little higher, or if it's really rainy, set the walls real low and you're not going to get any of that breeze or mist in there. Basically, that's it. Super simple design. If the bugs get really bad, there is an attachment on the top up here, and I have a bug net, so I can hang a bug net down and kind of have walls for bugs, so they'll keep the bugs up. Next up, let's get to, I already said I'm not gonna show you like sleeping bag stuff. Let's get to cooking, because people ask a ton about food. So this is my food bag right here. I'd say it's very heavy, 10 pounds, maybe 15 at least. And then this is my cookware. This is my only pot I'm bringing. So you have a little lid on top, this guy, and then in here, it's hard to do with one hand. There we go. There's the pot. It's titanium, so super light. Got a little handkerchief or bandana, whatever you want to call it. This is the propane that you'll use to light it. This is a little stove. So this thing folds out. Hold on. Let me fold it out. And then it just threads on there. And you got your stove, like that. And then you can put your pot on top. I'm not gonna show you because I can't figure out, there you go, that's good enough. Hopefully you can see that. That's how it works. And you just light the burner and cook your food. Now you're probably wondering, John, it's pretty all, that's like cool and stuff, but what food are you gonna be taking? And now, curious viewer, let me show you. Here's my food bag. And inside it are things like delicious trail mix. I like Aldi's tropical trail mix. It's really good. They got like papaya and bananas and nuts and stuff in there. Also, I just recently added to my bag a pound of couscous. Couscous, yay! It's got lots of calories in there. Things like dried pasta, rice dishes, things like that, instant stuff. You can see I got some flavoring packets from some ramen, and there's some other ramen stuff. Ramen's great because it packs a punch in terms of calories and is easy to make. Beef sticks, things like that. For breakfast, a lot of the time will be instant oatmeal. It's good. If you ever need an energy boost, I always like to bring along lemon heads. They're great. Nice little candy you can eat. And then obviously like granola bars and things like that. Cliff bars are great. What else? What else? Things like these. These are like instant rice things. So power rice blend, quinoa, beans. You just heat them up for like a minute or two in hot water. Let them soak a bit, and then you eat it. Oh, I should show you these too. These are okay. Things like this, tuna packets. So literally just packets of tuna. You don't have to warm them up. These are good for like lunches. If you have any tortillas, you can just put them in there. If you want to spice it up, put some hot sauce on it or something. It's great. It's good stuff. Now food, we got past food. I think the one last and final thing that I'll probably talk about is water. People always ask about, how are you gonna get water? And well, there's a ton of streams around the Appalachian Trail. You basically can drink all that water, it's great, but you need to filter it or treat it or something, because who knows if there's any sort of like bacteria. Could give you some nasty diarrhea or something like that. So this right here is a filter. And what I'd like to do is I like to take this water bottle and I fill it up with river water, creek water, whatever. Fill it all the way up. And then this filter just screws right on the top, just like this, right there. And then you take this water bottle and let me screw it on real quick. So you take that water bottle, it's got the filter on it, full of creek water, and you just squeeze it right through, right into your other water bottle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. There's no water in it, but that's okay. Squeeze it right on through into your good water bottle, and then all of a sudden you have good water. You can drink it. It's refreshing, cool, straight from the stream. Boy, that's good. That's good stuff right there. That was a little warm. It's been sitting in the sun though, so that's all right. And that's kind of the gear I'm gonna be taking. Not a whole lot. It's pretty simple. I got all the stuff I'm gonna carry for my trip on my back, and it's gonna be great. So, to be honest, the last week I've been really nervous just because of this trip, because it's huge, it's massive, and it's overwhelming. I kind of feel like it's some of the most nervous times I've felt in my life. Even right now, I don't feel 100% in terms of my nerves, but I feel like once I get on the trail, it's gonna be a whole different story. I'm gonna be there, and I won't have to worry about any of this preparation stuff anymore. But it's just been kind of rough because of the sheer magnitude of this thing. So it's cool. I'm so excited. Don't get me wrong. And I think it's going to be one of the coolest things I've ever done. But it's a lot right now. A lot of people ask me why I'm doing this, and I don't know. I can't really give a good answer. But I enjoy things like this. I enjoy being outdoors. I enjoy living in the moment, and I enjoy challenges. So this is one of the biggest challenges you can do. It's 2,000 plus miles of very intense hiking and living bare minimum. So it's kind of right up my alley, you know. I'm not looking to like soul search, but I'm sure I'm gonna learn a lot of things about myself on the trail, as anyone would, for 4 or 5 months of just living simply and enjoying nature and being with their own thoughts, you know. You're hiking for hours on end and days on end. So I feel like I'm gonna learn things about myself, and I'm excited. Another weird question people ask me is, I guess it's not that weird. It's a question that people have the right to ask, I guess. Are you gonna bring a gun, is the question. And no, I'm not gonna bring a gun. I'm hiking with a couple other guys. They will leave the trail at some points, but I'm expecting to meet people and friends along the trail to hike with. I'm not exactly going to be hiking alone, I don't think. As for protection from people, but people then ask, are you bringing a gun for bears? And on the Appalachian Trail, there are no grizzly bears. Grizzly bears are by far the worst in terms of bear attacks on people. They're vicious. But there are no grizzly bears on the Appalachian Trail that have been discovered yet. So I don't think there's any really out there. There are black bears though, which I have ran across before on that trail. They are a lot more skittish. They're kind of like big raccoons. They like food that people eat, and they get scared. The only instance where they would attack, basically, is if you're between them and their children. and I hope to never be there, because if that happens, then the mother bear is quite protective and will fight. But basically, create a lot of noise, they'll stay away from you, things like that. Plus, a gun is heavy, and it's heavy. Yeah, I'm not looking to carry a lot more weight. So the power of people and smarts is my answer to that question. I can't really think of any others at the moment. But yeah, that's the Appalachian Trail. Before video. If you're seeing this and I'm on the trail right now, and you want to contact me for whatever reason, I guess you can. I probably won't have my phone on. You can give me a text or whatever. Give me a call. Eventually I'll probably get back to you. But I'm going to be kind of off the grid for a while, and I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Other than that, I hope you learned something about backpacking, and if you ever want to join me, or even you want to join me on the trail, you can join me on the trail, and I would be happy to meet up with you, and even if it's just for a day, and say hey and walk a couple miles. That's it. And see you later.